2GR.
The Slayer is back, baby. Welcome to another episode of the Gaming Resume's First 10, where we play the first 10 hours of a game and give you a recommendation, whether a game should be recommended or wait for a sale or not recommended at all. I've spent the last 10 hours or so playing Doom Eternal, and by golly, what a good time it's been. The new emphasis on the flow of combat is something I didn't think would improve from Doom 2016, but here we are. In that title, the ebb and flow of combat was focused on two aspects, glory kills and the chainsaw. Glory kills would drop health, while chainsaw usage provided ammunition. In Eternal, this is mostly the same, except we now have a flamethrower. Using this tool will not only burn your enemies, but it will make them drop armor. Everything in Eternal has been sped up, so you will need all the health, armor, and ammo you can get. Ammo is much harder to come by in Eternal, so one of the bigger changes with the chainsaw is that it will always have one level of its fuel usage on a cooldown. This means that you'll be using it a lot more often than in the previous game. You will constantly find yourself in this great rhythm of 1. Shooting enemies, 2. Running low on ammo, and 3. Using your chainsaw consistently. Not only that, but certain tools help with your health too. Grenades have been added to a launcher that is attached to your Praetor suit, and you can acquire ice grenades that, when upgraded, will make your enemies drop health. Whenever I'm in a pinch, I tend to use a combo of grenades to freeze enemies, followed up by a blast of fire from the flamethrower to their face, so they're constantly dropping both health and armor. I truly enjoy and love the flow of combat, but that's not all that's been changed. The game has an added emphasis on platforming sections, which can sometimes be a real pain in the ass, yet they're a welcome change of pace to the utter chaos that are the many mass fights in the game. There are also more mobility options, with the dash that you can perform on the ground or in the air, which reminds me a lot of Tracer from Overwatch. This particular aspect opens up the platforming by quite a lot, for better or worse. The Super Shotgun also has a meat hook that is so good to use. You aim at an enemy, and once hooked, it pulls you right in, closing the gap to continue doing damage. The game is faster and better for it in my personal opinion. The graphics in Doom Eternal are phenomenal, and there's really not much more I can say. I'm playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro, and everything runs silky smooth at 60 FPS. I kind of wish I would have gotten it on my PC because I have a 144Hz monitor, and I would have loved to have seen it run at higher frames, but alas, the game still looks fantastic, and the tech behind it is still really impressive. Audio is also on point. The music by Mick Gordon is, it's great. It's as good as it was in Doom 2016. I love it. Besides music, the audio department is also finely tuned. All the weapons and demons sound fantastic, and even though everything is hectic when you're in the middle of a fight, it still sounds audibly fantastic, with a lot of oomph in the bass end of things, and really good highs as well. In terms of presentation, the game is essentially flawless. I can't really see any issues with anything I've seen with the graphics or the audio. There are also a ton of secrets to be found in Doom Eternal. Everywhere you go, you're going to find there's some question marks, some vinyls, some trophies, some figures, you name it. There was even a weird sort of secret that I found. I have no idea what it means, this Shrek looking face, but here it is. So there's always something to hunt for in these big levels, and that's honestly a great continuation of something that was in Doom 2016 and even the older Dooms from ages ago. The story so far seems quite simple. You are on your way to kill Hell Priests that are potentially running the invasion on Earth, and that's about it. The Slayer is as quiet as always, but he tends to listen now more than he did in Doom 2016, which I kind of lament as I loved his attitude of just not giving a shit. The title also features a hub world, or a hub area, where you can roam around, fight some enemies, and you power up certain areas to access other new areas. There are also Slayer gates scattered throughout the levels of the game, which have incredibly difficult combat scenarios. If you manage to finish all 6, you will unlock one of, if not the best weapons in the game. There's also a multiplayer mode that I just haven't touched, but I'm sure it's just fine. So, Doom Eternal at the end of the day is a great game. It's not perfect by any means. A lot of the platforming sections can be more annoying than needed and desired. And the combat, like I said, has a different flow. It sometimes feels way more difficult. I'm playing the game on Hurt Me Plenty, which is normal difficulty, and I still get my ass kicked quite often. But it has enough quality to warrant a purchase. So the game is highly recommended.
Hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more and stay up to date, subscribe, hit the little bell, and join our Discord.
If you want to support the channel, please check out our Patreon or hit the join button below. As always, thanks for your support and thanks for watching.